So, Dark Deity, whatever the hell. This will not be my first time, like, seeing the game firsthand, but the first time seeing the game firsthand was, freaking watching the game director, Chip Moore, play it and, like, answer questions for me, rather than me playing it myself. So, I'm familiar with, like, some of the basics of the systems here, but I'm, going into this pretty much blind myself. But I'm going into it with the intention to break this game in half, which is apparently one of the intentions to be able to do by endgame in this game anyway. And yeah, I'm gonna adjust the audio levels in OBS because OBS audio levels always sketch me out a little bit. Okay, so yeah, what would usually be a regular kind of thing to do? I've noticed in similar games that I've played before, like freaking take Fire Emblem Fates, for example, where I wound up doing my first playthroughs of all those things on freaking Lunatic Classic. I've only ever played Fates on Lunatic Classic. And I thought that it was pretty difficult the first time, and then I went back and played it like half a year or a year later, Lunatic Classic, and I thought it wasn't that bad at all. So it really goes to show how, you know, experience with a game and time passing can really make you familiar with systems and make it a lot better. So it's probably not a smart thing to immediately go into the hardest difficulty. Too bad I'm not a smart person. For veteran players looking for a high degree of difficulty, golden experience has been turned down while enemy aptitudes are turned up. Yeah, this is probably not a smart thing to do. But yeah, like I said, I got the chance to, I was reached out to if I wanted to like cover this game a bit early, and I do thank Chip Moore and the Dark Deity team for, you know, that opportunity. I mentioned it before during like E3 stuff, that when I was first reached out to, I was like, I don't know about that. It's intriguing, I'll look into it a little bit, but I don't know if it's for me or not. And I looked into it, wound up getting into contact with Chip Moore, the game director, and wound up talking with him about the game and whatnot. And he was honestly like a really nice guy. He was really passionate about his game. I find it really fascinating that somebody who wound up Googling a couple of years ago games similar to Fire Emblem and not finding any things that he wanted to play, decide that he'd pull a Thanos, I'll do it myself, and do it himself without having studied any game design before. And to have that kind of project like spiral into what it is today, be unveiled at E3 and have a decent following behind it, I think is a really cool and inspiring thing that, you know, is really kind of inspiring to see a case where it's like, okay, anybody could get into like game development in theory. Like if you've got a vision and you've got a passion, you can make it happen. So I think that's really cool, and I can't wait to see what this game has to hold. So let's hop right into it. It is said in the Age of Ascension, the gods walked among mortals, and mortals among the gods. Yes, I'm almost going to my Professor Oak voice for a hot second. That a great empire spread itself thin across the known world, conquering land after land with its superior technology and magic. That the people of Terrazale came together in peace. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Little is left from that time, swept away in a deadly cataclysm known as the Calamity. Oh no, it's Breath of the Wild! Thousands of years later, all that remains of life before the Calamity are ancient temples of the gods, and the divine artifacts contained therein. It is the year 1105 in the imperial calendar. The kingdom of Delia lies in the heart of Etlin, a nation that has long thrived off of a continental trade in lush farmlands. If this is this is gonna be like a situation for me where it's like hopping into a Fire Emblem game that I haven't before, where I'm not going to remember any of the area names until like way later on, you know? Though peace had reigned for over 20 years, Delia's king now sets his eyes on an enemy of his own construction. King Varric Valdesar assumed the throne a decade ago. I like that name. On the day his father, Facile, was assassinated by unknown parties. Oh no, the tragedy of Dusker. I mean, to this day, Varric is convinced that the assassins were sent by the Aramoran royal family. To this day, it remains unproven. Following a minor border dispute that normally would reach resolution painlessly, King Varric resolved to attain his revenge. After sending a covert Delian force to burn the Aramoran city of Alaris to the ground, Varric and his thirst for vengeance have plunged his kingdom into a war it is ill prepared for. Pressed for more troops, King Varric must make hard decisions. He looks now to Brookstead, the site of Delia's most prestigious officer academy. Each year, its graduating class bolsters Delia's forces, a pact and tradition that has lasted a millennium. The young king believes the solution to his troop issues lies in a new path. He intends to recruit not only the graduate year, but every student currently enrolled. In quiet Brookstead, students have worked hard all year to stand out among their peers. The academy trials provide an opportunity to advance in the class rank, or fall behind. For many, it is the most important day of the year. Can I just say, first and foremost, I very much like the art style and the art done for this game. I think that's very visually appealing. Though the trials can be stressful, many agree that a life of training with such clear goals is simple, enjoyable even. Come tomorrow, they will find that life may never be so simple again. Dark Deity. Okay, Chapter 1, Journey Afoot. Hello, Jay. How are you doing today? But yeah, Mortis, wait, this is a first game because so far this is really well polished. This is not only his first game, he was an economics major that had never studied game design, that spent the past couple of years learning how to do it himself and freaking wound up doing it himself. And I think that's like really cool and inspiring to see. Something else that he told me about the code of this game is because he was apparently the only one that touched the code of this game, like at all, he apparently didn't comment anything, which is a very, very, very bad practice for like coding. So he was telling me that if any other developer came in to like work with him on the code, they would be so lost. What he told me specifically was that if in theory he died and somebody else had to finish the project, because he didn't comment anything, it would literally be faster to start the project from the beginning. Well, I clicked off the game. It would literally be faster to start the entire project from the beginning rather than try to make sense of what he started, is what he told me specifically. So there's that. Interestingly enough. Alrighty, what have we going on here? What do you think Gallon's got brewed up for the trials this year? Whatever it is, I'm sure it's tailored to make our lives difficult. I'll have an idea what their tone of voice is like once I hear. Apparently it's like an Awakening Fates kind of situation where there's like minor voice acting during cutscenes like this, and it's things like criticals and, you know, sounds and whatnot.
What?
What? You think you'd do that just to punish us for choosing Alden? I was up at the crack of dawn hearing, no son of mine should jeopardize a mission for sentiment. Well, I couldn't pick Marin without Alden. How was the deal? I think he just can't stomach the thought that his pride and joy might fail. His pride and joy standing right in front of me. Either way, I'm right. Besides, Alden is talented, even if your father doesn't see it. Why don't you try convincing the Swordmaster that a 14-year-old who can't lift a training staff can best an 18-year-old graduate? There's a reason he doesn't teach conjuring. Your dad wouldn't trust a mage as far as he could throw him. Now that you mention it, I wonder how far he actually could throw Alden. I wager you could put a good toss on the dike. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. How are you boys feeling about the big day? I'm confident we'll pass, and we certainly put in the training. Of course we'll pass, but I want to break Sterling's record. Who's Sterling? Who's that? Ooh, the forge there, little man.
Come on!
Come on, he reminds me almost of like Rickon. That's what he kind of reminds me of. But I'm on the best team of any first year. I'm ready for ultimate Quidditch. I think what Alden is trying to say is that he really appreciates being on the team. Good. Now I'm gonna need you to focus that appreciation, Alden. There's a lot at stake for your sister. Right. If we win, I won't have anything to worry about when Marin leaves for the army. Besides, because I'll know she's right. Not besides. I freaking can't words. I've played way too many Fire Emblem games on this channel to be able to words. Oh, there goes the mood. Promise you'll focus today and give it everything you got, okay? Promise. Let's get going. Can't miss the trials standing around for a chat. Father doesn't kill me. Being stuck on a team with Alden just might. Well, I'm liking the music so far. Know the rules. All non-lethal strategies to defeat your opponents are fair game. Defeat the leader of this regiment to complete the trials. You'll all recognize him. Alright, so this is gonna be like our first tutorial level. We're prepared for this. Alden, Garrick, stay close behind.
You'll be alright.
If any of you take hits, I'm ready to patch you up. Can we go already? So the trials begin. With such style and grace, I might add. I'm just dripping with sincerity today, aren't we, Dad? What? Did my game freeze? Oh, no. Okay, phew. At first I was like, oh, no. I was honestly worried for a hot second. Oh, yeah, when it comes to that, like, title of Dark Deity, like, the actual design there, I couldn't find anywhere online for like a PNG of that. So when it comes to like thumbnails that I've done so far, like the developer interview, I literally just like cropped out the text and the crystal myself and did my best to like recreate the shadows on the text and like the glow around the crystal. But you know, I could always send Chip, the game director, a DM being like, hey, do you have a PNG of the title by chance that I could just like mooch off you? I wonder if he'd mind. But for now, I have like my best kind of recreation with like cropping and shading and glow filters and whatnot. Proceed through the brick set by defeating Sterling and his allies. So, seems to be based off of mouse. Can I use like... Okay, I can use that. I was about to say, because if I could, like, keybind this to, like, the way that I already play Fire Emblem Fates and Awakening on this channel through the emulator, then I could get, like, hella fast. Like, anybody that's seen me doing, like, my repeated input cycles in Awakening and Fates when I'm doing, like, grinding and whatnot knows that I've gotten very, very fast at playing those games with a freaking keyboard. But it seems like this is going to be specifically designed for, like, a mouse and whatnot. Part of me kind of wishes that, maybe there is an option. I was about to say, part of me kind of wishes that I could set, like, I could turn the cursor off, and I could just set, like, the movement here to the cursor to, like, WASD, moving one tile at a time. Then I could be, like, WAAA all the way over to here. Select it with, like, my button to do that, like, move over here, stuff like that. Maybe there is a thing for that. Like, how many options are there control-wise? Guess not a whole lot. So I guess it might just be stuck like. So I might not be able to get super fast at it like I could in, you know, Awakening and Fates and whatnot by doing that same control scheme. I kind of wanted to do that. Why enemy ranges? There we go. See, the control scheme that I'm used to playing for like Awakening and Fates on this channel is I'll have either WASD or TFGH as my D-pad to be moving around, and I'll use my arrow keys on my keyboard as A, B, X, Y. So I'd have like my hands like top down on these two different parts of my keyboard, and I'd be able to like quickly navigate like that and be like selecting menu options. Oh, it looks like this is what the arrow keys does here as well. So part of me kind of wants to do that, but or you start with this strong, really? Yep, that's what Chip was telling me, was that archers are really good in this game. I asked him if there was anything like a close counter, and apparently there's no like close counter kind of thing in this game. But archers are apparently very, very strong in this game, and I don't remember if it was Garrick or someone else that he was telling me actually had like a really, really good defense stat, and wound up and is apparently somebody that you could use to like bait out enemies pretty well with some archer. Haste. What's haste? Huh. This should be fun. Cycle weapons. Oh, crossbow, longbow, shortbow, warbow. Seems like they all have the same kind of disadvantage against this dudo. But, so let's see here. So yeah, I was told that everybody has by default like 4 weapons that can only be expanded later on with the special MacGuffin thingamabobs. And apparently you can develop each of them differently, and each of them has to do with like different stats or something like that. So I wonder if I can check the info on any of these things. Units, let's see here. Can I select, because I wanted to be able to see like a menu overview of this here. Okay, so it doesn't say the range. I assume that they're all 2 range. Like a longbow implies that it might be a 3 range kind of thing. Yeah, crits do double damage. Crits do double damage instead of triple damage. And I assume that one of the spicy meatball. He was also telling me that VornTuber has to do with like, I forget where it was, but apparently some YouTuber that maybe it was something with a stick. I don't remember, but it's something to do with that. Was a reference to something. But yeah, longbow would potentially imply extra range. Okay, it definitely doesn't though, considering it's just 2 tile kind of things. Skills, silky smooth, crit steal 15% damage. But yeah, I know that the crits deal double damage rather than triple damage, and I assume the biggest reason for that is because Chip and I wound up talking about how, you know, the current system of permadeath in a lot of modern games is maybe not the best a lot of the time. Like, oh, you got randomly critted, time to like freaking reset the map and lose an hour of progress. So part of the remedy for like the current issue, we called it, of modern games permadeath is the grave wound system that they have in this game. And I assume that one of the big reasons, like, I wasn't told this, but from what I can gather, I assume that the reason that crits do double instead of triple damage is to have like less of an aspect of RNG be the thing that could potentially make or break your run. Considering the talk that we had about, you know, losing progress to like RNG and like wacky stuff, I assume that that is probably the reason. Most likely. Yeah, I wish I could set this to like WASD, because if I'm using like my mouse cursor, it's like I need to like now move my left hand over to the right side of my keyboard for that. Yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that. That's what we do. Sweet, sweet. Okay. Okay. Oh, you guys don't have very much range at all. You guys just kind of chill there. I guess because like tutorial kind of things. So then. Yeah, can attack from where you can't even counter attack. So let's see your different things here. I mean, maybe I can just get used to playing this without using the mouse at all, but we shall see. So you have 12 health. We can potentially take it off with Arcane Blast. We're gonna go ahead and try it out, is what we do. Yeah, I do think that the animations of this game are very satisfying. Necessary? They give me very much Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem vibes. But right-click menu. Defeat boss, proceed through the books of trials by defeating Sterling and his allies. Tips? Stats? No, I don't. No. I think I know. I think I know. So you have an advantage here, apparently? It seems like. Nothing that reduces your damage. Sure, let's try using the hammer here. That's what we do. Bonk. Gonna hit back for 4 damage. Ow, rude. So mean. Okay.
I'll take point.
And then push. Interesting. So that's probably like a skill that you have, most likely. So let's see here. Can I do something about... Can I not? Oh, no. Unless we get the 8% crit. Just you watch. Rigged. I want a refund. Never mind. But, okay, enemy phase. So what you gonna do here, huh? Ow, you're mean. Bonk. Get smackarood.
Didn't give him much of a chance, huh?
Neat, neat. Oh, and it showed in the top right there that I got, like, apparently 16 gold from doing that. So can I put somebody into their range that baits them out? We apparently have an advantage here. Units... So yeah, defense isn't going to be as good as 402, which is like resistance. You love the bonk, I know, right? Isn't the bonk so good?
Are you sure?
I might still move you into range here anyway. And that should just be enough range for like one of them to come over. Yeah.
I'll take point.
I'm so used to like doing my super fast kind of stuff with the keyboard exclusively. So I do think, one thing that I do kind of wish was the ability to like switch keybinds to basically whatever I want here. So I could do like my ultra fast kind of stuff that I do with the thingamabob. So it didn't bait out your friends, which is very interesting. I assume that there isn't a turn limit here with the, yeah, we'll go ahead and try that is what we shall do. So can I do this without using the mouse at all? Because I don't really like using the mouse. Oh, I can't go any more to the left like that. Is there any other way that I can move the cursor? Dang, so I do have to use the mouse though. So I can't do like my ultra fast kind of shenanigans. So we can go into this range without worrying too much there. But yeah, they're getting hearts after battles. So you know if this game has a social friendship system? Yes, there are indeed bonds in this game that you can build up that are basically like supports and whatnot. What I should probably do is actually link the I should make a command for the discussion with the director that I had where we went over some of the thingamabobs. We mostly went over at the very beginning. We discussed bonds a little bit, we discussed weapon levels a little bit, then we do like some gameplay for most of the middle bits, and then towards the end we discuss like the randomizer. I'm gonna make a command for this. Let's do !add com, !dark deity, sure. And then it'll have that link. Sure, because I'm no expert on it myself. The freaking better person to hear it from would probably be the one who programmed it. And there's my discussion with him, I guess. Whoa, not that. Gosh darn it! I freaking hit wait. Oh, man. How do I heal here? Yeah, so we can go ahead and do that. I do like how it doesn't zoom in to do like an actual heal animation, because that was something always like annoying with a... I guess we can then use that to bait you. I assume that there's like no limit on heals. I sure should hope. If I got freaking 3% critted, I would not have been like super impressed, quite frankly. Definitely would not have been. So, yeah, we can always do something like this. Yeah, let's go ahead and do exactly that is what we shall do. Bonk. So where do we want to be allocating experience? We're playing on the, we're playing on the, by default, hardest difficulty. We can make it however much harder as we want with the freaking randomizer and such. I appreciate the follow there, Jay. But out of like the 3 default game modes, we're playing on hard. So it's probably going to be a good idea to figure out where I'm allocating my experience. I'll use Irving to bait out this pseudo, is what we'll do. And then just kind of put units adjacent to one another, probably build up like supports and whatnot. Is my idea. Ow, bonk. Figuring out the game. Figuring it out bit by bit here. Alright, so yeah, I see those hearts developing there. So defeat boss. Where is the boss? I guess he's... Oh, probably that judo right there, most likely. We've got our training guys just kind of over here and whatnot. Hello, Nevermore. Is this an RPG Maker game? No, but it is a Game Maker game. It is indeed a Game Maker game. How are you doing today, Nevermore? Hold on, let's just see here. So yeah, we can use this to whittle you down, and then who do we want to give the experience to? Maybe my goal should be to get like all 4 of us a level. From what I heard from the director, it seems very much like this game is meant to have like 4 kind of main characters, and I assume that's going to be these 4 here. So it's probably not going to matter too much who we give experience to here, as long as like we're getting experience among these 4. It'll probably be once we start getting other units later that we're gonna have to like really figure out how we're distributing our experience. Because something that happened to me in freaking Blazing Sword, which was my first ever Fire Emblem game, is I got to the final boss, and then even with save states, I wasn't strong enough to like beat the final boss, because like my EXP was all over the place, and it was a mess, to say the least. But yeah, is this a full release build? Yes indeed they do. The game released for real today. It was basically said that to some content creators that were covering it, they'd get like an early access version of the game today. But then during E3, they were just like, you know what? We're just releasing the full game right now. So I probably should be getting an email in a little bit here that's giving me the freaking Steam key for this game. I just bought it. I just freaking bought it and picked it up, was the thing. So I might wind up having a freaking spare Steam key that like I might give to like a friend who's interested or something like that. We'll see. Hello Felix, how are you doing today? I like how the weapon type upgrade system works, which is good since you're worried that that would overcomplicate mechanics. I forget exactly how each of the 4 like plays into
Thought you'd never ask.
like what stat and whatnot, but I do know that there is like a thing there, and you can try to focus on like whichever one of the 4 thingamabobs, I guess. Can I wait? Can I jank this? I'm just now realizing. Like, if this guy doesn't get baited out, is there can I click on the map to do I have to like wait with everybody there? I wish there was an option to like click on the map and enter, and that would have been nice. I was about to say, can I use one of these archers against one of my units that can't counterattack to like jank over healing? Does it have a like, what I want to know is, does this game have checks to you know, freaking make sure that you're not just spam healing over and over again? Like, I know that in some Fire Emblem games, the way that healing is determined, the amount of experience you get from healing is determined, is by like the level of the unit that you're healing. So if you're healing like a higher level unit, it's going to give you more experience than like one around your level. And if you're healing up somebody that's way under you, then, you know, you're not going to be gaining much experience. So what I would like to know is, can I, in theory, already figure out a way to like jank over experience on our cleric? That is kind of what I want to know. Yeah, I can't just hit escape, and so I guess we gotta wait with everybody.
Let's do it.
I do wish that I could like click the map and you know, end the turn. I see the game doing like checks there for who can move where and whatnot. Like, is that a thing that I can do? Is what I want to know. Like, if we move Irving here, and we go here, and then we heal. Come on, come on. We wind up healing like that. Let's try it out. But yeah, game is out for less than 2 hours and already looking for ways to cheese it. You love it. This is what happens after I've spent the last, well, since high school, playing every new Fire Emblem game that comes out on the hardest difficulty. One of these days we'll wind up playing some classic Fire Emblem games on this channel, like Blazing Sword. I love Blazing Sword, but I haven't played a lot of the classic games on hardest difficulties. But everywhere from Awakening onward, I've played those all on the hardest difficulties. So, believe you me, I've needed to like find ways to cheese those games in order to do that. So hold on. Can I? So that archer's going to be there. So let's say we put, would I have to like move back every couple steps? Because you're probably going to target Marin from there. So, I mean, you only have like the 2 range a step there. So if you can step 1, 2, then you can attack 1, 2. So I would need to put Marin there. So I would have to do something like that, and then this. Can we do a weird ring around the rosy for free heals there? And is the amount of experience that I get for healing going to start decreasing anytime soon? Is going to be the real question. How much can this be cheesed? And that's giving Irving free experience as well, is also the thing. Wait, can you not pass this line? Why does it not show that, like, this is a danger zone over here? Why? Oh, it just wasn't updating properly. Okay. Unless there's like a weird I don't think there's a weird hidey hole I can go into. Hold on. So I need to like move 2 steps away each time, right? So I'd be like 1, 2, and then go there, right? Because you'd be able to go 1, 2, and then attack that tile. So if we go there, we can maybe do like a weird ring around the rosy kind of thing to jank this. So, okay, so we're gaining 8 experience for each heal right now. It seems like. 8 experience for each heal now. Is the thing. Yeah, not doing a whole lot of damage there. That's a good way for, it looks like Irving is also gaining 8 experience for each thing. Yeah, so it looks like there might be some issues about this not updating properly. Yeah, if I refresh it, it updates properly. So if we move 2 tiles away, like that, then we can, whoops, did I select trade by accident? I must have. Let's just see here. Wait, what items do we have here anyway? Baked beans? I heard that he was telling me that apparently, like, earlier versions of the game had people with, like, full inventories of baked beans, but they had to, like, reduce it because they were unironically, like, really, really good. And we have a spicy meatball. A spicy meatball.
Stay with me.
Okay, so yeah, that's 8 each time, right? So can I? Oh, I can right-click and end turn. There is a thing. I just didn't try out, like, right-clicking before. That's good. That is very, very good. So I wonder how this archer is going to move. Like, if he'll move horizontally. Like, if it prioritizes horizontal movement before vertical there. Because if so, we might be able to do, like, a weird back and forth motion. Is what we... Gosh darn it! Oh, dang it. It's not the biggest deal. Please just go horizontally. Please don't go, like... He's going horizontally! Okay, so that's how he's programmed. It seems like. I'm gonna prioritize horizontal movement over lateral there. Which means we should, in theory, be able to... If it stays that way. If it stays that way, we should, in theory, be able to keep going back and forth on this little cycle. I want to see if the experience reduces. That's what I'd like to see. So... Yeah, so it looks like it doesn't quite update properly. Do I ever play chess? I have not. One person that was in here earlier, one of my friendos in the stream earlier when we were covering Nintendo's Direct, Aragon, my German exchange partner, he used to play chess a whole bunch. I played it with him a couple of times when I was in Germany, and he annihilated me. What's the thing? I've never played chess. I'm doing a ladder checkmate? Is that what's going on? Oh, your movement changed this time. Interesting. I think I figured out how it prioritizes movement then.
My sword
that's pretty
grows
nice.
lighter with every swing.
Is maybe it has priority in like a counterclockwise kind of thing. So I noticed as we were moving left, he continued to move left. But when we moved right, he didn't prioritize going right first, he prioritized going down first. So I wonder if the way that the priority works for like what direction they go is based off of potentially, you know, a counterclockwise kind of thing, where it checks, can I go up and attack someone? Can I go left and attack someone? Can I go down and attack someone? Can I go right and attack someone? Maybe. That's what I'm guessing right now from what I've seen so far. But I mean, that's fine. We can just like adjust our kind of clock pattern here.
Stay with me.
We can still do that. I think the experience is reducing. Hold on, I wasn't paying attention there. Hold on, I'll try to pay more attention here. Like how much the experience could potentially be reducing. And now you're going up. Can we do like an up and down kind of thing? That's what I'd like to know. Player phase. Yeah, so it seems like there might be some trouble updating the thingamabob.
Lead the way.
Can we do an up and down thing? Do we have like the system here? So what was it at? 62? Let me look at the stream. Let me look at the stream. It was at 62. So it's still going up by 8. The experience is still going up by 8. If we get a level up and then continue to heal, is that 8 going to be reduced? Is what I'd like to know. We've already gotten a free level up by doing this jank right here.
How can I help?
So, yeah.
We've got you.
I want to see if the experience reduces after we get a level up there. Is what I'd like to see. I might turn off combat animations briefly while we're tinkering around here. Combat animations off. While we're screwing around here, finding ways to break the game,
How can I help?
we're going to have combat animations off to like speed things up a bit. So we'll be getting a level up there soon. It seems like. Yeah, we just have them kind of locked in this pattern now. I think that experience is going up by 6 for Irving now. I think. So I think that's reduced, and I expect this heal to be reduced after we get the level up here, most likely. Yeah, so that's going up by 6 now. That's going up by 6 now, so that's definitely reduced. So level up. I assume that we're going to be getting less than 8 now. That's just a free level up that we got for doing that, and we got a pretty good level up with that. It was pretty nice. These are literally the tactics that I would have to freaking employ in things like Awakening Lunatic Plus Classic or, you know, Three Houses Maddening Classic. I'm used to janking over these kinds of games. Okay, so it's 4 now. But, in theory, like, minimum, you'd probably be getting minimum 1 experience from, like, each of these heals, each of these, you know, getting shot with the bow and whatnot. So, I've set up an auto hotkey script before for Fire Emblem Fates. I literally have a video on my YouTube channel showcasing my Azura, like, auto sing script that just auto grinds Azura for you to level 40 in Fire Emblem Fates. I feel like this is probably definitely possible to design like an auto hotkey script or some other kind of custom script to just do these inputs over and over for you for like an hour or 2 and then just be like over leveled as heck. I feel like is a thing possible. I don't know how it would be implemented with controls that are so based off of like mouse movement like this, since I'm used to, you know, playing things like Awakening or Fates where it's all like button presses, especially on like emulator where I use my keyboard and I was able to directly assign macros. So I don't know how this would work for like mouse movement if it's not possible to use the keyboard for, you know, direct things like that. But it is in theory possible. It is in theory possible. Screw, I'm getting 1 more level up on Irving and then I'm gonna Is it bad that I was mashing M because that's usually my start button on my emulator and I wanted to get the phases to go by a little bit faster? Yeah, I can literally see this being a thing that you can set up a macro for. And because you should in theory always be getting at least 1 experience, no matter how much it reduces. You should always in theory be getting, oh, I can scroll. Oh, that's cool. I like that. But yeah, you should in theory. No, I need that to update properly. And then we can just like chill outside of your range there. Is what we can do.
Together.
As we do our back and forth kind of motion here. We'll get 1 more level up on Irving, and then I think I'm gonna take out the archer. I don't want to be here for like 3,000 years. But The fact that in the first tutorial level, we've already proven that it should, in theory, be possible to maybe even max out your level, like, and with these two in the first tutorial level. The fact that that has now seemingly been proven in theory is possible. Oh, and we're building up, like, bonds there as well. So that's another thing that's being grinded inadvertently. Wow. All it took was the tutorial level, and I've already proven that you should, in theory, be able to get 2 units, maybe maxed out in the first tutorial. Maybe. I don't know if you need to, like, reach a certain place in the story before you can promote and, like, level up further for, like, certain thingamabobs. But we shall certainly see. Look at that, another free level up. Wow, I'm just such a high skill gamer that that I got that level up, huh? I'm just so highly skilled. I just want to see how much experience we get now for. I think we were getting 6 for it before. I just want to see how much experience Irving gets now with the thingamabob. Okay, he's getting 4 now. Interesting. Watch this potentially be patched. I wouldn't be surprised.
We've got you.
Watch this potentially be patched. Because, yeah, so it gives 4 now. Interesting. Interesting. I think we're gonna leave it at that. That's where we'll leave our jank for now. So, everybody starts out at level 1, and we've already got we've only taken out, like, the first set of tutorial enemies, and we've already got 2 of our 4 main characters at level 3 because of high skill gaming out here. So I should probably give this experience to, like, our lower level dudos here, because, my goodness. Oh, you can double there. Oh, arcane missiles. Oh, wait, I need to turn on combat animations again, is what I gotta do. So, you know, this is what happens when you put these kinds of games in my hands. I wrote in the description of my video talking with a Dark Deity director something along the lines of, "Mark my words, Chip, I will find a way to break your game in half." And we're already on track to doing that. We're already down a good track for that. Can Marin potentially get, like, a pot shot that whittles you down? Cool, and then we can have our archer finish off the job. It's gonna take a little while until, like, remember names and stuff. Yeah, you're only getting 4 for stuff. Garrick, yes, I think Garrick is gonna go ahead and finish you off here. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. So clerics should be able to use flail. It looks like that weapon behaves similarly to the devil axe. If you miss, you hurt yourself. That's just from you reading its description. Huh. Yeah. So let's just see here. Power, weight, accuracy. Power, weight, accuracy. So the saber is the crit one. Kodachi is the accuracy one, and short sword is the kind of mix of power and crit. Has no weight. Oh, that's the speed one. Okay, so this is the speed one, all about doubling and such. So yeah, it seems like this is power, this one is crit, this one is accuracy, and this one is speed, because there's no weight. Skills, natural leader. Allies within 2 tiles gain 5 experience when Irving defeats an enemy. Interesting. Interesting. So that's the way that the 4 different weapons are there. It's gonna take a little while for me to, like, properly memorize that. Yeah, I see it's already turned 35. Wow. Okay, so you don't move. Blade Dancer. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? It's already turned 35.
Are you sure?
I mean, this is nothing compared to my 144 turns I did of dancing with Olivia in Fire Emblem Awakening on the chapter that we recruited her, and in our Fire Emblem Awakening playthrough. How many was it for, like, my Azura hotkey script thingamabob for Fire Emblem Fates?
How can I help?
Because it was somewhere in, like, the hundreds of turns that I got that to. And if, I don't think I ever would, but if in theory I did set up, like, a macro kind of thingamabob for doing that cycle over there, I could literally see this level going for, like, hundreds of turns. You're gonna have that thingamabob. So fortitude is basically the equivalent of res. So that's 4 from leveling up and such. 5 and 4. So I think that Garrick is gonna be the best person to put into that range to bait out Mr. Mage Guy. Is kind of what I'm thinking here. Garrick. Oh, well, we got a thingamabob. Well, brother, certainly you don't think you can take me on. I mean, I mean, I already gained 2 levels from janking over your little goonies. So, wait. I just realized, can we do the opposite in reverse with our archer and the melee guys? This is delving into the mind of a madman. That madman being me. Sterling, you're going down. Okay. Yeah, let's it go here. We're at a little bit of a disadvantage against you, but it should be fine. It should be a-okay, is the thing. I'm glad to know that I can right-click an intern. Okay, that's good to know. I'm learning it. Iowa! Yeah, you I'm for sure gonna take out. You I will definitely take out, but your friendo's over here. I might try doing the same system, but in reverse, is what I might do. Yeah, I'm thinking that, whoops. I'm thinking that Garrick and Alden are gonna need the most experience right now, since we already got these 2 to level 3. So, you know, let's go with Warbow here. Bonk. See you later, Delian. Sweet. Yeah, level up. Receive Blood Orange. Awesome. But yeah, so when it comes to our different stats here, HP is something that I heard always goes up on level up. And like sometimes you'll gain 2 per level up from what I heard. So apparently this is a game where like your HP like racks up like really, really quickly for that reason. And you can see directly the growth rates here, which is always quite nice. Strength is obviously strength, power, physical attacks, magical attacks. Defense is defense. Fortitude is like resistance in like closely equivalent in Fire Emblem. Dexterity, I guess, would be like skill. Mastery is interesting. Mastery is basically your unit's ability to exploit their the advantages and whatnot. So when I'm hovering over a character here, I can see that I'm at a disadvantage against those sword dudos. I'm at an advantage against this dudo. With Irving, it seems like it's the same. It's kind of opposite from Marin. And apparently, I forget like what menu exactly it was that freaking was being shown to me. Like where exactly that would be. A delicious orange. Apparently there's like direct percentages for how much each of those advantages and disadvantages affect you. And apparently mastery is basically like the modifier on that, making your like good matchups better and making your negative matchups like slightly less bad. And then speed is speed, and then like luck is luck and whatnot. Okay, so well, I didn't check our other Dudo's skills. Caretaker, healed for 40% of any heal given. Okay, so it's like a live to serve kind of thing, is what that skill is like. Good to know. And then over here we have slumbering strength. Can't get less than 4 stats when leveling. Interesting. Interesting. It does an interesting take on like aptitude, is what that is. Okay. I want to test out if we can literally do the reverse.
Stay with me.
The reverse with these Dudos. Because I mean, Alden's going to be able to attack at 1 range with magic and such, right? Yeah, range 1 to 2. But Garrick here is just range 2. So can we, in theory, if we go there, just make sure that's the right tiles. So yeah, you just move like a couple there.
Should be fun.
Can we, in theory, literally do the reverse of what we just did, but for Garrick? I'm curious. And will it just bait out the top dude, or will it bait out the bottom one as well? Okay. I think we might be able to. So is it going to be like the same kind of system where we need to move like 2 away? I think that we might just need... Wait. What? We don't need to move at all! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, dang, he pivoted! Okay, never mind. They were a bit smarter than I gave them credit for. They were a little bit smarter than I gave them credit for. I'm gonna pull you 2 back. But we can just do, like, the original plan, right?
Thought you'd never ask.
This doesn't just stop us from doing the original plan, right?
We've got you.
Like, you know. Dang it. I was kind of hoping he'd just chill there. But the AI was actually a little bit smarter. Huh. Hold on. Hold on. This is literally what we're doing now.
Thought you'd never ask.
We're doing the original plan of shifting away bit by bit here. Okay.
Together.
Okay. Yep, I'm sure this is exactly the way Chip expected this game to be played day one. Yep. I see no problems here. Oh, man. I put a freaking SRPG in my hands. Especially like a new release, and I'm going to find a way to break it. I literally have it in like this super tiny text at like the bottom of my description for the developer interview that I did. Like, just watch, I'm going to find a way to break this game in half, just you wait. And we're already on track. Flail has higher crit. Yeah, there's different weapons for each of the 4 different kind of thingamabobs. We're literally doing this! Yeah, so you've got, I guess, yeah, so the red ones are going to be power, but like high weight and such. The blue ones are going to be crit, it seems like. The green ones are going to be accuracy, and the yellow ones are going to be speed, from what I can tell. Is what each of those are focused on. And it seems like you can kind of develop each of those outside of, like, between battles or something. Whatever the system going on there is that lets you develop, like, whichever one of those I guess you prefer or whatnot. Thank goodness these guys have, like, so low movement for the tutorial. So, like, out of curiosity, if we go here, am I not taking any damage anymore? What is going on here? No, the end turn is literally off screen. Gosh darn it. Or like the wait, there we go. Hold on. Hold on. This is gonna be a very, very high turn count. We are definitely not going for a low turn count run here. Okay, so we did get damage that time. Are you going to rotate around or are you just gonna chill there with our little hidey hole is what I want to know. Ah, he does do big spins. But wait, with his low movement, that means that we can literally just do this with this corner. Okay. Okay, this is what we're doing now. Yeah, he's trying to rotate around to be closer to Marin here. But... Welcome to the day 1 Acoustic Harmonia playthrough of Dark Deity. Welp. But yeah. Hello, part-time. How are you doing today? Is the plan just to spam healing at max level? No, I just want one more level up on Garrick. I could, in theory, put together, like, a macro or auto hotkey script to absolutely grind to max level, which is very interesting. The goal here is basically just find ways to break this game in half. And we're already on track to doing that. We're level 4 here already.
Work is paying off.
My goodness gracious, I just want to get a level up on Garrick. So that means that freaking Alden's still going to be super behind at level 1, whereas our other units have done the ultimate cheese to level up here. Leave it to an Acoustic Harmonia playthrough of a new SRPG. Freaking find ways to break it in half. Okay, we're literally only gaining 1 now. The game's had enough of my shenanigans. I'm curious, will I start gaining more than 1 once Garrick levels up? That's what I'm curious about. That's something I want to test. That is definitely something I want to test and find the answer to. So Garrick's about to get a level up here on the next thing. Look how much the turns are going up. My goodness gracious. Are the audio levels okay? Should I turn it down at all? Any? I'm always sketched out by it. I'll turn it down like a decibel more. I don't even know. I think the audio levels are probably fine. But yeah, is there a turn limit? Not in this chapter, but there are in like later chapters. From what I was told by the game director.
Expectations.
Okay. So wait, where's my mouse cursor? Oh, I was clicking on OBS there. So now I'm curious. Is the heal experience based off of like the experience of the person you're healing? So if I heal Garrick here, will it give me 1 experience or will it be more? It's still 1. It's still 1. Okay. Okay, well, let's kind of get into position over here. We're gonna delete that Judo. Hopefully with Alden, because Alden's like the one that hasn't done any of this jank to, you know, get free experience and whatnot. This is so silly. This is so absolutely silly. Actually, can we take a bit of a pot shot at you? Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Oh, I should turn combat animations back on again is what I should do. There we go. Whoops. And then, And then... Okay, so even doubling there, so even if we missed the first one. Like, just in case the first one missed, I could have moved the tile away. To, you know, not get counterattack, but it seems like it's not a biggie.
With me.
Okay, welp! We've already found a way to gain several levels in the very first tutorial level. Things are looking up.
Lead the way.
Things are looking up right now, to say
sure?
the least. Whoops, one more tile. Gosh darn, I hit wait anyway. Okay. Okay. Boopity bop. Let's get... It looks like we can get into that range. Sure. Sounds good to me. I like Alden to be the one to finish them off, to give Alden some experience and whatnot. Ow, rude. So mean. So, let's get some pot shots at you, is what we do. Cool, let's go ahead and do that. Sounds like a good plan. Bonk. Yeah, we're already a higher level than is probably expected to be here. Wait, could I in theory just have Sterling attack Alden a whole bunch to do the same? Oh no. Oh no, what has my freaking moral compass for how to play a video game come to? So, there's Alden's first level up. Nice.
I've got a lot to learn.
Whoa! That was a good level up. That was a good one. I think I keep moving my mouse cursor off the game by accident and like clicking other things.
Lead the way.
So then, let's chill here for a hot second. Okie doke. Hi, Mr. Sterling. So let's see here for like a combat forecast. So you do 10 with a 2% crit. So even if you in theory critted, it would do double damage and bring us down to 3. So like we should in theory be safe. I can't just unequip my weapons, but we can just like chill here. So, also, yeah, something very interesting that that Chipmore was telling me about was that there's like a pivot kind of thing that you can do that
Have fun.
that lets you do that with various mages, and apparently there are things that you can do later on to like increase the range of that, which very much intrigues me about like the possibilities of implementing that into maps, and especially like low turn count kind of runs, you know. So I'll be very intrigued to see how that plays out. But yeah, I guess we would be counterattacking with Alden each time. There's no way to just let him attack us. But we could always, like... we could just, you know, take a bunch of pot shots at you, like, over and over again. And there's nothing you can do about it. Wow. That'll be a bunch of... Yeah, I like this idea. I kind of like this idea, actually. I wonder if we gain more bond. Like, if we're on adjacent tiles rather than ones for... I don't know. I don't know.
Stay with me.
Yeah, let's do that. Attack. Boop. So let's see here. Our options. 9, 5, 3. So we can do this a whole bunch. That's a cool animation. Because we're still gaining like a lot of experience for doing that. So if we just like attack him as many times as humanly possible,
Let's do it.
then I think that we might just wind up getting everybody to level 3. At least. Through like the very first map. Which is certainly an interesting prospect. Which is most certainly an interesting prospect, to say the least. Yeah. We're gonna keep on doing it. We're just gonna keep on smacking you with the beam. He doesn't seem to mind too much. He just kind of stands there and takes it. Because, you know, he's chilling.
Let's do it.
Because he's chilling. So, what's he gonna do about it? He's not gonna bother fighting back or anything. I wonder if there'd be unique dialogue if I put Irving in there. We're not gonna find out because we're doing our jank. We're doing our cheese, so we're not actually gonna find out.
Are you
I don't
sure?
think. Yeah. Yeah. 2 more to go. It's gonna be another free level up. So at the end of the first tutorial map of the game, where everybody started at level 1, we're gonna have level 3, gonna be level 3, level 3 and level 4. So, you know. So, you know. That's our plan. That's our plan here. Player phase. Alrighty, well, attack. Boopity bop. Bonk. I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. Gain 1 tier 1 token. Oh, I believe those are the achievement unlocked. You know, I'm something of a strategist myself. Achievement unlocked. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Turns taken 68. Oh, dang. I should have taken 1 more. But yeah, I believe those tokens are what are used to upgrade the weapons, I think. May or may not be on your way to 100% crit and dodge build with one of your units. Oh, noes. Hold on. What are the Steam achievements of this game? Let's see here. So the achievement, you know, I'm something of a strategist myself, is apparently take 25 or more turns to clear a chapter, which we did in the first level of the game. And thank you, sir, may I have another, is have 1 unit take 50% of the team's damage in a chapter. Oh, did we do that now? Is that actually what we did here? It's like, it's not loading the Steam achievements right now. I want to check what they are. It says that I'm like disconnected from Steam. Why? Why? Can I, It's not because I'm marked as invisible. Is there something going on with Steam right now? I want to check the achievements of this game. That's what I want to check. But it says no connection on Steam right now. Oh, I got to check my profile. But I want to check the achievements for like this game specifically. It just redirects to my profile. So Steam is like bugging out right now. Well, we'll check it later. But apparently I had 1 unit take 50% of the team's damage that chapter. And we took more than 25 turns to clear a chapter. Well, MVP is Marin. I don't know how it's pronounced. But why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Healing 514 in the tutorial chapter. My first time ever playing this game. My goodness gracious. Damage taken. Garrick 91. 514 health healed by... Ha! Oh man, wow. Distance traveled. A lot. Wow. I bet you this is like some of the highest numbers that anybody has done for this so far. Well, we janked over the tutorial level and are now on our way to maybe becoming OP. We shall see. Not bad, little brother. You and your friends put up quite a fight and freaking janked over my soldiers like crazy to get like so much free experience. It was pretty rude, quite frankly. Oh, I gotta click. Glad to hear it. By Vosh, you've all grown. That was quite the thrill. Thrill indeed. Surprised, father?
Well done.
Congratulations, son. All of you should be very proud of what you accomplished today. You especially, Marin. Yup, with the freaking 514 health healed or whatever it was.
So?
Thank you, Master Galen. And now that you've had your thrill, Commander, I believe some kind of explanation is in order. Of course, as I promised. Brother, friends, if you'll excuse us. Forgive me if I've hardened my years, Sterling, but I don't expect this is a nostalgic visit. Fortunately not, sir. You were never one to live in the past. Always onwards and upwards. Tell me, how goes the war effort? At the moment, our prospects are grim. In fact, that's what brings me here. I see. Come to size up our latest graduates. Not quite. The king plans to recruit the entire academy. Naturally. There's no finer school to supply your ranks, though I hope to see the war's end well before our youngest graduate. Actually, I'm afraid he wants them now, sir. All of them. Is that so? Well, didn't think he had the gall. Tell me, Commander, what plans does our king have in mind for the initiates? Perhaps 4 together could load a catapult. Wish I could say. Always a man of duty. The king is foolish to sever the pact. His father would not have heard of it. Basile was a good man. With all due respect, sir, what better way to avenge his father than to join the ranks of those bringing justice to Aramor? Guard your suspicions, Commander. Do not speak so eagerly of war. The king wishes it. He shall have his soldiers. I only hope you, of all people, understand the gravity of this decision. All too well.